Welcome to this week's edition of the Dakota Angler 2-Minute Fishing Report. Well, the good thing this past week is that we haven't had a major winter storm impacting the eastern half of the state. It's been a while since we've been able to say that. We've had a few changes in the pressure, and that has definitely affected the bite in eastern South Dakota. But all in all, it hasn't been too bad. But it's getting that time of the year where the bite's going to be a little bit tougher as we continue on throughout the month of January. This past week, as far as the bite is concerned, in the area lakes up in the northeastern part of the state that produce walleyes, those lakes included Waubay, Bitter, Indian Springs, and quite a few of those walleyes are being caught after dark up at Indian Springs, and really nice quality to say the least. Otherwise, Dry Lake by Clark, Dry Lake by Florence, Opitz, Reed, Bailey's Lake, as well as Goose, Casey Slough, Big Stone, a few being caught there, as well as Midland, and then also Minnewaska. Down the southeastern part of the state, the lakes that produce walleyes included Dry Lake by Willow Lake, Thompson, Ponset, Henry, a few being caught at Whitewood, Fish, Spirit, 81 Ponds, and then also Sinai in Madison, a few being caught there. Otherwise, Island, Twin, Lost, and Vermilion, a few walleyes being caught there. Now, what have guys been doing? Been a whole assortment as far as different types of jigs are concerned. A lot of leech flutter spoons from Clam, Tingler and tumbler spoons from VMC has worked really well. Also, you can think about the rattle spoons, the buckshot rattle spoons. The glass buckshot spoons have been working well. The VMC rattle spoons. Also, the Clam rattle spoons have been working well too. So again, this past week with the pressure not changing a lot, it's been a little bit more of an aggressive bite and aggressive presentation to keep in mind this upcoming week. As far as the perch bite is concerned around the area, it's getting a little bit better. A lot more areas are producing area lakes are producing perch up in the northeastern part of the state, especially a lot of the smaller sloughs. But otherwise, lakes like Big Stone and up there, you got to basically sort to find some fish that are willing to keep, so to speak. A lot of smaller fish, but again, a great place to bring family members. It's a great way to keep family members busy, to say the least. Other lakes included Waubay, Dry Lakes by Clark, Florence, as well as Willow Lake. Pius has been producing some Baileys. And then also Ponset, Thompson, Sinai Island, as well as a few being caught at 81 Ponds. Now, what have people been doing to catch the perch around the area? Nothing really too special. A lot of live bait, small minnows with also waxworms and maggots. And then small pieces of tungsten jigs have been working well. And also little pieces of, jigs like the buckshot rattle spoons, a smaller version. Also, the pilkies have been working well. And then also a lot of lures that have been working the past week included the K-rips and also the T-rips have been something that's been working really well. So keep that in mind this upcoming week. In this week's edition of Todd's Tackle Tips, we're going to talk about cameras. And really some of the cameras that we've talked about in years past. But also, now is the time to really start looking for that camera because many of the cameras from Aqua-Vu as well as Markham are now on special. So now it's a perfect time to buy a camera. Whether or not you're talking about one that you can hold by hand, that you can use for scouting to find what you're actually looking for, to whether or not you're looking for structure or a certain type of fish, that handheld camera, whether or not it's from Aqua-Vu, the 722 or the 822, or if it's the cheaper models from Aqua-Vu as well, or if you're using more of a stationary type of camera, such as from Markham, whether or not you're talking about the 485, the Mission, or the Quest. All three of them are great purchases and are on special as well. And then also Aqua-Vu has a number of cameras that you can use while you're stationary as well, whether or not you're also using the quad camera on your permanent ice shack. All of them are great tools to have. It's not just only for entertainment, as many people still think that it's like a great babysitter to have. It is, but it also is a great advantage to have to show you what those fish are actually doing to your presentation. Are they reacting to the presentation? Are they being scared away? Or if it's a light bite and the perch are just coming up and barely touching the bait and before you even setting the hook. So the cameras, honestly, is a great way to fish and great tool that you can use to increase the percentage and your success in setting the hook, whether or not you're talking about perch, crappie, or walleye. But again, it's a great tool to have, whether or not it's for entertainment or for your success out on the ice. If you have any questions about any of the cameras, make sure you stop on by here at the store or check us out on the web at dakotaangler.com and check out the great specials that are going on right now. And now it's time to take a look at a few photos that you sent in to me this past week. And remember, folks, if you'd like your photo included in next week's version of the 2-Minute Fishing Report, please send it to me. Send it to Todd@DakotaAngler.com or post it to our Facebook wall. And as we end this week's report, I want to remind you that, folks, if you have any questions about any of the topics that we talk about on any of our fishing reports, feel free to give us a call at 605-336-9132. And also remember that if you can't make it to the store and you want to buy something such as electronics that we talked about this week, or depth augers, or clothing, or tackle, rods, reels, you name it, make sure you check out our website at DakotaAngler.com. Well, folks, that's this week's version of the 2-Minute Fishing Report. For Dakota Angler, I'm the owner, Todd Heitkamp, and as we say around here, fish on! We'll see you next week. And again, thanks for watching, folks. Stay healthy, stay safe, and we'll see you next week.